Shabbat Shalom from Temple Concord. This week our Torah portion contains verses that scare the daylights out of any high schooler. Our Torah portion talks about what to do with an incorrigible child, and we read the famous verses that if a parent finds their child completely unmanageable and they find themselves unable to tame the child, they can bring the child to the public square, whereupon the child is flogged and stoned. Thankfully, we don't still follow this practice, and thankfully for sure, my parents didn't follow this practice, because I am positive that there were moments when they thought, there's some logic to this text. We obviously don't take our children who won't follow along and who don't follow the rules out and have them punished. But we do wrestle all the time with how to handle our children when they make decisions that we don't agree with. Those decisions can be from the simple to the complex, from the relatively minor to relatively major. And our tradition doesn't really give us guidance on how to do them, except to say that our tradition is one that guides us in general, that says we are a people who love Torah, who love the tradition and the law. We love Avodah, we love worship, we love what it is to serve God, to do good things for other people and for ourselves and for God. And we love G'milut Chasadim, acts of loving kindness, acts that aren't necessarily commanded, but rather are things that we can do just simply to be kind to another. When it comes to an incorrigible child, sometimes we have to be willing to look at the Torah side and say, here's the rule, you broke it, and here's the punishment. Other times, we go in the Avodah side and say, here's the rule, you broke it, but rather than punishment, we want you to serve others. We want you to do acts of goodness. And then there are still other times when G'milut Chasadim, when acts of loving kindness are the right response, when our children make a decision that we may not like, and our only reasonable response is to wrap them with love and kindness and be with them and care for them. I hope and pray that your children don't give you those moments very often, and I hope and pray that my children don't give us those moments very often, but I know that because I'm human and my children are human and your children are human, that we're all going to face these moments from time to time. And so when we do, I hope that the notion of Torah and Avodah and G'milut Chasadim will come back and will be for you a guide to say that there are ways to do this, that flogging in the public square, no matter how tempting, isn't the right answer, and that our tradition really does offer solutions that will help us. This Shabbat we'll have services at 6 o'clock Friday evening here at the temple. If the weather holds, we'll be outside in the parking lot welcoming our Syracuse University friends and neighbors. We'll have services at 6, followed by a barbecue. It should be a wonderful start to the Labor Day weekend and to Shabbat and to hopefully Syracuse's first football win. Next week, services again will be at 6 o'clock, and you'll see coming soon that religious school will be starting and the temple program book should arrive in your mailboxes, and soon enough we'll be back to our full schedule. For now, though, I wish you an enjoyable and peaceful last few days of summer, and children who are not incorrigible, but rather, in their own ways, exhibit the love of Torah, Avodah, and G'milut Chasadim that we all hold so dear. Shabbat Shalom. Look forward to seeing you at the temple.